All right, Mike. It's our weekly update since things aren't changing
Yeah.
crazy over 12 hours. Today's the 7th. It's 4:20-ish p.m.
Yeah.
Central Time. Just wanted to get on here and update everyone on kind of what we're seeing in the market, what you're seeing in the market, what I'm seeing in the market. Yeah. So go.
Yeah. So we're still seeing some tightenings of guidelines on products that are kind of outside the norm. So your down payment assistance programs, jumbo loans, things like that. You're seeing tighter restrictions on credit scores and debt to income ratios and things like that. So if you're looking at those types of loans, make sure you're reaching out to us to make sure, hey, your loan is still good. Let's just double check things and make sure we're still where we need to be, so we can address those early in the process and not, the day before closing. It's important with and honestly, we're seeing changes daily. I think they're slowly starting to kind of loosen up a little bit on some things, but other things they tighten up on. So it really just depends on the investor. The secondary market, kind of the back end stuff that we usually don't deal with, is affecting a lot of our normal day-to-day things. So it's important to just stay in touch with us and make sure, we're still looking at all of the parameters and type of loan you're doing, and make sure everything fits. We're still having questions about forbearance and what all that means. And it can be a major factor if you're building a house and, you're not closed until October. Well, let's hope come October you're working, because, even if you're on furlough now or something like that, it's, we've got to have you back to work. We've got to be able to document that your income is going to continue and it's going to be there. So make sure you're having those conversations early in the process. If you know it's coming or it's about to happen and you're in the market to buy a home, let's talk about it now.
Yeah. And I've been seeing that too. And I have some clients, some buyers that have popped back into the market recently. And I say, well, let's re-up your pre-qualification and pre-approval just to, hey, give the lender a call, whether it's Mike or it's another lender they're using, give them a call, have a conversation around how your situation looks and how the guidelines and stuff look, just so we have as much information on our side as we can. Because, I haven't seen any of this personally yet, but I know there will be people that could qualify for a home 30 days ago, and currently they wouldn't qualify for a home. And we don't want to get into a contract and the buyers are spending money on inspections and option fee and all that other stuff, and then find out, now you can't get a loan.
Right.
We just, we don't want to get into that. So we want to take care of that up front. So yeah, it's still changing rapidly, but not as rapidly it was that first week. So, which is nice.
We talked about the last couple of weeks about being on this roller coaster with interest rates and everything. So we finally have kind of gotten to they've at least slowed down, at least for now, where we've been pretty steady for the last week on interest rates. So, it's still a good opportunity. If you're looking to refinance, there's still that opportunity. There's still a chance to do something, take advantage of these low rates while they're here. Who knows if they're going to go lower or if this is it and we need to take advantage of it. So if you think it's worth looking at, let's at least put it on paper. Let's take a look and see, does this make sense or not for what you're trying to do? Doesn't mean you have to pull the trigger right now, but at least you have your ducks in a row and what options you have.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've been talking to a few people about, I'm not an expert in the stock market by any means, but I do understand it enough to say this, where, a lot of people right now are trying to guess where the bottom of that stock market is going to be. Because if you can buy at the absolute lowest that the stock market is going to be over the next 4 or 5 years or year or whatever your period is, you can make more money. But, and I'm in some of these investment groups because I always want to learn, where I'm seeing some people are going, oh yeah, bottom of the market was, when it was lowest a few days ago or last week. And then some people are going, no, we're not anywhere near it yet. And neither of those people know what they're talking about. It's just, and that's what, again, I'm not an expert in it, but it cracks me up how people are like, no, we're nowhere near the bottom. And others are going, yeah, bottom's done. No one is going to know that until this is all over and we're done with it. It's like, when's the real estate market going to pop back up? When's COVID-19 going to go away? Nobody knows.
Right.
And one of the things that I've been talking to my sellers about, because I have a bunch of sellers that, they're ready to put their house in the market. They just put their house in the market. And then some are, a month out, 2 months out, a year out, whatnot. And I've been telling them, because they're asking me, what do you think? And I said, everyone has all this pent up buying. There's a lot of people that are still in the market, but there's a lot of people that are not in the market that are waiting. And right now, real estate is slower. That's just, I'm not going to lie to you about it. But what I anticipate happening is, as soon as, this is like predicting the market, right? As soon as things start picking up and buyers rush into the market, all the homes that are currently on the market at that point are going to take off. And everyone else, all the other sellers, will be scrambling, trying to get things ready. And I could be wrong. I don't think I am, because there's still a lot of buying interest. There's still low inventory. And we're at a really, really good spot for, as soon as this COVID thing goes away, or as soon as people start going out into public and start working again, and we're not in the shelter in place situation, we're not in that stuff, people are going to rush out to buy houses. And I'm real confident that that's going to happen. And so I'm trying to get people, if you don't want to put it on the market, fine. But if you want to, let's go, and let's be as ready as we can be for when this thing takes back off. So,
yeah. And I think you saw today there we had I think we both shared a post on Facebook with MSNBC saying that the DFW is probably one of the is going to be affected the least from COVID-19 of any market in the U.S.
Yep.
So, you hear dire straits in the national news, but locally, we're still going to be in a pretty strong position. I don't think you're going to see a lot of depreciation in home values. I think it's if there is, it's going to be a very short time, because I think the demand will pull those back up pretty quickly.
Yeah, and I agree too. And a lot of people are asking, oh, this is like the housing crash of 10, 12, 15 years ago. No, right. It's not. It has nothing. They're not. Did the market drop during both of those times? Yes. It's nothing alike. There were systemic problems in the way people were getting loans and buying houses and all this that caused that issue. So it's not the same. And so, but even if we look back and say that was the last time the market took a significant ding, Dallas fared better. When I say Dallas, I mean all of North Texas, DFW, and the metro areas fared better than most places across the country. There are still areas that haven't gotten back to I don't know what housing bubble crash or whatever they called it. There's still large metro areas that haven't gotten back to where they were pre, 07, 08, 09.
Yep.
We're way beyond that. I mean, if you look back there and you're like, I wish I would have bought a house then. So is it the same as that? No, it has nothing. They're not connected at all. But when you look historically, how did Dallas fare? DFW fared very, very well. And so that's why I love being in this market, because there's a lot of reasons why I like being in this market. But so over the last week on my side of things, last 7 days, we've had 2,307 new properties on the market in North Texas. We've also had 1,275 go under contract in the last 7 days, and 2,700 have sold. So there have been more houses that have sold than gone on the market. So think about that. So 2,300 have gone on the market, 2,700 have been sold. That's an awesome spot. So people are still selling and buying, just like I've been talking about it every single day. Every time I get on this video, it's still moving. It's moving slower. If you need to buy, if you need to sell, let us know. Obviously for Mike, if you need to refinance, because it is still a good spot. And, interest rates are the same kind of thing as that stock market. You're trying to, I want to refi at the absolute lowest rate. Well, maybe the lowest rate is right now. Maybe the lowest rate was yesterday, and everything's going to go up from here. So it's hard to predict. It's really hard to predict what will happen. So once you're in a spot where
also, we're pretty much at the lowest rates, we are at the bottom. So whether you miss it by 1/8% or not is not going to really matter in the grand scheme of things.
No.
This is a great time to take advantage of it. So
true. I mean, I've just been seeing, I still see a lot of positivity out there. I see a lot of, I have clients playing jokes on me, which I really like. I think that's funny. I had a client send me, I posted about this, but a client send me after their first showing on a listing we put on market a few days ago, they sent me a picture of their toilet paper storage, and there was one gone. And they go, can you please tell the agent to bring our toilet paper back? And I'm like, oh no, do I seriously have to have this conversation? Do I really have to call this agent and go, so And very quickly, within like 30 seconds or something of me responding, going, really? They go, yeah, we're just kidding. And I was like, okay, that would have been really funny and not really a conversation I'd want to have. And I posted it to people, and I didn't tell them it was a joke for like an hour. And so I'm sure I made some people mad, but it was funny. And then I had another client, and he photoshopped a really bad Photoshop. He's not a Photoshop expert, but he photoshopped a picture of me and Tiff, and with the Tiger King and the lion and Joe Exotic, and he photoshopped. I'm like, I didn't even ask for that. And I'm like, this is awesome. Like, so I was like, surround your people, yourself with people that, don't take things too seriously. So it's just like, but no, it's been interesting and fun. And I think a lot of people have too much time on their hands at the moment, but that's all right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, man, I mean, I feel really good. I think, the market's going to be taking off pretty soon. As soon as all this nonsense goes up, things are still moving, and,
No, I agree wholeheartedly. It's just a matter of time. We're just going to kind of push through this and take advantage of the time we have, spend it with your family, and, get everything in line for when this does take off, because it will. I think I'm pretty positive and feel confident that we're going to have a pretty good rest of 2020 once.
I'm feeling really good about that too. And it's been fun. It's been fun seeing, my wife hasn't killed me in my sleep, so that's a good sign. And it's fun seeing, people walking around neighborhoods and, walking with their dogs and their kids and throwing the ball and all that stuff. And I don't know if I said this, if I was telling somebody this story, if I said it on one of these videos, but I saw these kids in a field the other day. And I'm like, why are those kids in the field? They shouldn't be in the field. And I'm like, and I think about it, I'm like, oh, we used to do that as kids. Like, that's normal. Like, why am I thinking this is so weird? And so it's cool. It's cool seeing that kind of stuff. So yeah, I guess that's all I have. So we don't have a ton to talk about. There's less panic. We're in this new normal. And so, yeah, I suppose that's it. Anything else, Mike?
Yeah. No, I think we're good for now, and let's just enjoy it, kind of calming down a little bit, and let's get back to work.
Yeah. Sounds good. I'll talk to you later.
All right, buddy. Thanks,
Bye.
Jordan.